Things just took an interesting turn for the Oklahoma City Thunder regarding all these trade rumors. Now, we know that the Thunder are going to be at the center of every single trade rumor for every single player in the league, thanks to the draft capital that they have amassed over the years. All right, some of the players that they have that they can trade to match contracts, like Isaiah Hartenstein being a great piece for teams trying to go out there and contend, or even rebuild, give away their best player. Some other team-friendly guys to go after guys I love, like Cameron Johnson. I know you guys hate me always talking about him, but he would be a great fit on the Thunder. We have team-friendly contracts we could trade to get him over in OKC for the next 2 years. Still, all right, there is another player that fans have been talking about that I've seen on Twitter that I don't want to say, like the diehard fans, casual fans, just in general, people have been talking about it. I don't think it's a great idea, but there's multiple reasons why I don't think it's a great idea whatsoever. But Kevin Durant said something the other day about the Oklahoma City Thunder, got people speculating. Is he going to come back? Is he going to come back to do like a farewell tour and get that third ring he's been chasing for a while now, ever since he left Golden State? I don't know. We're going to break down everything that we do know, and if it would be a smart idea for the Thunder to pursue a Kevin Durant trade. Before we get into all that, though, quick moment to recognize that around 9.7% of you guys, 323 of you guys exactly, have that bell notification turned on. Now, I want to get that to 500 people as soon as possible. So if you don't want to miss a single minute of the action here at Thunder Digest and you're subscribed, go ahead, hit that bell notification. And if you aren't subscribed yet, why not? You're coming back on a regular basis anyways. With that out of the way, let's go ahead, get into today's topic, talking about Kevin Durant, a potential reunion. We've talked about it before, right? We talked about it during the season. I don't know how to feel about any trades now that the Thunder have made the finals, and they made it pretty easily against the Timberwolves as well. They're in the finals. Great. Let's go. This is fantastic. All right. They win it all. Do you really need to make a move? No. You have the capacity to, for players that weren't really playing, for other guys that could improve your team. And you got a whole offseason to work them in together. Then you have a whole, first half of the season to get them used to the squad as well. See if they fit in. If they don't, you trade them away at the deadline, stuff like that. So there are ways that you could still trade if you're a Thunder, even if you win the finals. That's the crazy thing about it, that you have the draft capital and you have the players on your team that could be contributors for other teams or even help for a rebuild, like Isaiah Joe and Kenrich Williams, those kinds of guys that you could trade to go get other guys on your team that could potentially make you better. Along with these draft picks, you got to make room if you want to take these guys on for the team, especially if you can get a Noah Osingwe at 15th overall. So there's a lot of things that the Thunder have to think about here. Another thing now is, after some comments by Kevin Durant, is there a potential trade going on? Can there be a trade for Kevin Durant? This is what he said, and it's kind of interesting, all right? While Durant's relationship with the franchise and fan base has been rocky at best since his departure to Golden State in 2016, there is no denying the impact he had with the Thunder. Recently, a fan on Twitter asked Durant which team he would take in a hypothetical matchup between his 2012 Thunder and this 2025 team. While Durant began his response by saying he doesn't believe in hypotheticals and would never gave a clear-cut answer on which team he would pick, he was quick to praise the Thunder's 68-win group. Just a flat-out, perfectly crafted unit, Durant said. You guys can get what that word means, with their approach to basketball. They are putting together great film to learn from. In the same post, Durant mentioned Thunder's efficient go-to scorer, Gilgeous-Alexander, and complimented the team's versatility and coaching. Durant also called this version of the former team historically great, which holds up by any statistical measure. Now, some people saw this comment and they're taking it like, oh my goodness, Durant wants to come back. Look, he's praising this team. Never in the past has he really ever praised a team, and that's true, yes. All right? He really distanced himself from this OKC Thunder organization. He did. All right, he burned a lot of bridges. I don't know if he's trying to rebuild them back. If he's changed, he definitely has changed attitude-wise, And if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, when he went to Golden State, that was the best move for his career. For to win the ring, get the resume, make it to the Hall of Fame, it was the best thing for him. No doubt about it in my mind whatsoever. It was just sucked the way he did it. That's the worst part. It's the way he went to Golden State, okay? That's the worst part about it. But now people are trying to take this and say, oh my goodness, he's trying to come back, all right? I don't know about that. I don't know if Durant is truly trying to come back to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't think so whatsoever. You also got to look at the contract. There's a bunch of other factors that go into it, all right? He's also not the only player that said something on this hypothetical situation, all right? Here's one from Russell Westbrook. While Durant's praise for this year's unit could show what direction he leans, another former Thunder MVP, Russell Westbrook, gave a much different answer when asked the same question during the Thunder Nuggets second-round matchup. In typical Westbrook fashion, he was quick to say that his 2012 Thunder team would win, even if for no other reason than to say he would never pick against himself. Although there's no way to know which team would win in a 7-game matchup, there are only 2 teams to make the finals in Thunder history. Of course, the 2025 Thunder could soon cement its status as the best team in franchise history with another 4 wins. Another 4 wins means you won the NBA Finals. Congrats, and I think no matter who they play from the Eastern Conference, whether it's the Pacers or Knicks, somehow make this comeback down 3-1. I think the Thunder win in 5 against both teams. Both teams are perimeter-focused teams, okay? They're going to cause a lot of havoc, going to cause a lot of turnovers, and they're going to dominate defensively, holding both teams only like 90 a game while the Thunder get 110. That's my take on this potential finals matchup between either the Pacers or the Knicks. But still, we're here to talk about Kevin Durant and a potential reunion do we call him a Thunder legend? I don't know. He definitely is one of the greatest Thunder players of all time. When you look at what he did during his time here, statistics speaking. So let's take a look at some, other stuff regarding this. All right. Here is his contract. And this is the big reason I don't think a Thunder, Kevin Durant reunion will ever happen. Look how much he's making and look how much he's going to be making next season. He's only got 1 more year left. He's going to be making almost $55 million. That's 35% of the cap. 35. You're going to have to trade away a hefty amount of guys if you want to re-sign him, because I think he still has another 2 to 3 years left. He's going to want another contract. You're not re-signing him. So you give up a ton of your guys, young talent, and draft picks for 1 year of Kevin Durant. I don't like that whatsoever. When you look at how much he costs, it just doesn't make sense. You're going to have to give up Hartenstein. You're going to have to give up Dort. You're probably going to have to give up one of Dub or Chet. And I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening whatsoever, okay? There are other guys, I think, if you want to go Thunder reunion, to stay on this topic here, there are 2 guys I think could realistically happen. The most realistic one, in my opinion, is Russell Westbrook, okay? He's not making much. He has a player option. He could pick up his option and then be traded away to the Thunder for Dylan Jones, like a 2nd-round draft pick, all right, or someone else to free up some cap space, whatever it may be, okay? I think this is a realistic option, and even then, I don't think any trades are happening this offseason, if we're being completely honest here. The only trades that would happen would be to free up space for a player and get more draft picks down the line. Trading guys like Kendrick Williams, Dylan Jones, Ousmane Dieng, those kinds of guys would be traded. Those are the only kinds of trades I see happening, though. All right, I don't see any trades for any other player. Let's get that out of the way. I don't see a player swapping whatsoever. Russell Westbrook could be that guy, though. I could see that happening. With his $3.5 million a year on his player option, not taking up much of the cap right there. He's a good backup point guard. It's not like he'd be getting a lot of playing time, but let's say Cason Wallace or, another guard goes down like Alex Caruso. Russell Westbrook is a good backup option there to come in if injuries do happen. The other guy that could happen would be Steven Adams. Here's his contract. Still a little bit higher, okay? But if you want a backup big, okay, and to have a nice reunion, you could sign him at a decent price. You could probably sign him at $10 million, would be my guess. $10 million a year for 2 years, $20 million. All right, not bad whatsoever. Not bad. I see that happening though. No, I don't. I don't see any trade for any former Thunder player or any player, as a matter of fact. All right. Some of you guys though swear it's happening. All right. Some of you guys swear the Thunder are trading for Kevin Durant. They're trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is not happening. Presti is not trading for some big-name star, especially after making the finals. He learned his lesson from trading James Harden after they made it in 2012 because he didn't want to go in luxury tax. I'm sure he'll be fine going into the tax now. I'm sure, especially with all these draft picks. I'm sure he's going to be fine doing that. He's not going to worry about trading any, of these guys from a big 3 that we have now. He's going to try to keep them together, build with them through the draft. That's what's going to happen. All you guys thinking Kevin Durant's going to come back I swear, are thinking a post like this is going to happen. You guys swear, like this is what I think when people say, oh my goodness, Kevin Durant's coming back to the Thunder. This is what you guys have in your mind right now. This is not happening. Get it out of your head. This right here is not happening, okay? Kevin Durant is never coming back to the Thunder. We can go ahead and cross that off the list. He's never coming back. Never. All right? He just costs too much money. Fact of the matter is he costs too much money to bring back to the team. He does. Only guys that would come back would be a Russell Westbrook or Steven Adams. Only guys, because they don't cost a lot. That's why. That's all I got for this video. Let me know, are you part of the group that thinks, the Kevin Durant reunion is, just, it could happen, or you part of that group that's like, no, Kevin Durant's never come back to OKC. So I got. See you guys in the next one.